Hi, this is Rochelle from Rivet Patterns, and in this video tutorial we are going to be making the pet stocking. I am making mine without a cuff. If you want to add a cuff to your stocking, you can refer to the traditional stocking video. I'll link it down below. The construction's exactly the same, even though the bottom is different. So I've already got my appliques on here. I just stitched them on. You can do it in your preferred way. And I need a front and back of the mane, and also mirror images of the lining. So before we do anything else, we're going to take our hanging loop, and I just cut mine out of a piece of the selvage since it worked really well. You can use the pattern pieces, or you can use a piece of ribbon. You're going to make a loop, and in the upper left hand corner you're going to place of your main front with the applique. You're going to place this about 3/8 of an inch to a 1/2 inch down. The reason is because when we sew these together, you're going to need your seam allowance, and you don't want to catch it in that. So I'm going to do 1/2 inch just to make sure. So I'm going to go ahead and baste that on. Now that that is held in place, we can go ahead and place our two main stockings right sides together. You're going to pin all along here, and in the corners when you get to this part, make sure you put your needle down, lift your presser foot, and pivot your fabric. That will get it a nice V right here. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and you are going to repeat this process with the lining pieces as well. As you're sewing your lining, make sure to leave a couple of inches open on one of the straight sides so that you have a way to turn your stocking right side out. Now that we've got both the mane and the lining sewn, we need to clip our curves and in our V's here. This is so that when you turn it right side out, the curves and the points lay nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and clip into each V first. So I want to clip close to the stitches but not through them. That. You can do it here and here as well. It doesn't hurt anything. And then to clip the curves, you're going to want to do the same thing. Clip two, but not through your stitches, all the way through the curve every 1/2 inch or so. Or you can do what I like to do and use pinking shears. I find it a heck of a lot easier and pretty, and it also stops fabric from fraying. Just going to do that. So you're going to go all the way around each of these and then do the exact same thing on your lining. When you've got both of these prepared and clipped, go ahead and turn the lining right side out. And we're going to go ahead and put it inside of the main stocking. You're going to do this right sides together, matching up the feet. Match up your side seams here. And you're going to match and pin all the way around the top of the stocking. at your side seams, you can either press them open or you can nest them. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that they're well lined up. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to sew all the way around the top of the stocking. And you'll notice where your hanging loop is going to be, this is where your stitches are going to go. Don't catch the rest of this. Try and keep that down, otherwise your loop is not going to loop. All right, and go ahead and stitch all the way around the top, and we'll be back. Let's go ahead and get the stocking right sides out. So after you've sewn, pull the lining back out, and where you left your unsewn seam is where you are going to open up. You're going to turn the rest of your stocking. At this point you can check and make sure your loop is in the right spot, and you're going to go ahead and give this a good press, and where your opening was, you're going to press the seam allowances under and in, and then go ahead and edge stitch right along that. As you press, you're going to want to make sure that your toes are all pressed out. If you need help doing this, you can, before you sew this shut, you can grab a dowel or something to help push out all of the curves and the points. Or you can just work them out with your fingers and give them a good press. Once you have edge stitch closed and you've given it a good press, you're going to go ahead and turn the whole thing right side out. You're going to push the lining back into the main. And then push it out through each toe so that it's nice and matched up inside. And then go ahead and give it another good press, especially right up here on the top. You can also top stitch this if you want to. And there you go. Your stocking is ready to hang.